Good morning, children. Sairam. Let us do a new lesson in EVS 1, and the name of the lesson is lesson number 19, My Delightful School. Now, we are going to learn about a favorite place of ours, that is school. And we all are missing school very desperately. We are missing school. We want those school days back. We want to come to school very, very early. Yes or no? We want that the schools should start as soon as possible, because the one thing which we are missing is our school, which is our favorite place. Yes or no, students? So let us learn something about school. Now let us first start by learning the new words. First word is SUCCEED, succeed. Succeed means success. When you achieve something in your life, that is called you're succeeding in your life. Suppose you have worked hard during your exams and you have scored very well marks, you have scored excellent marks, that means you have succeeded in your exams. Okay, so succeed means progress and for a good thing, that is known as succeed. Second one is DIVERSITY, diversity. Now, diversity means variations, differences. We all live in India, yes or no? And within India, we live in Maharashtra. And within Maharashtra, we live in a small place, Thane. But Thane is also a place which is full of diversity. You can find many people of different religions and castes staying together, and that is known as diversity. Third one, ENCOURAGE, encourage. Encourage means to motivate, or to tell someone that yes, you are doing good, go ahead. Suppose, see, if you are good at drawing, okay, parents and teachers at school, parents at home will always appreciate your drawing, will say yes, you have excellent skills of drawing, your drawing is superb, they will praise you. And when someone praises you, you get encouragement for doing that work more and more, for doing excellence in that work more and more. So that is known as encourage. Okay, fourth one is SIBLINGS, siblings. Siblings means brothers and sisters are known as siblings. Okay, fifth one, DETERMINATION, determination. Determination means you have made a firm decision that no, I'm going to do that thing. So that is, you are determined to do something, whatever happens, but you are going to do that thing. So you have determined yourself, and that is known as determination. Okay, to have a stand, a strong stand on something, like yes, I am going to do it, whatever comes, or whatever problems comes, difficulties comes in between, I am not going to worry about that thing. I am going to move forward, I'm going to do that thing, I'm going to achieve that thing. So that is known as determination. Okay, for example, final exams are near and you have made a determination that I am going to score full marks in all the subjects. Whatever I have to do, I will do it. I have to study for more hours, I will study for more hours. I will try my best, but I am determined that I want full marks in my final exams, so that in my report card I get all the grades as A1, 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 A1. See, when you open your report card and when you see your grades, suppose you have got English A1, Maths A1, Marathi A1, Hindi A1, and in between only if you get B1 or B2, see, you feel little bit, sad that why I could not get A1 in this. But when you see your report card, you open your report card and you see A1, 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 A1 in all the subjects, you feel very, very happy. Yes or no? And you will shout with joy and you are going to show your report card to everyone. You are going to, even if that person don't wants to see your report card, you'll say no, no, see, my marks are so good, my grades are so good. So that is determination, means you have a, that you take a promise that whatever it is, I'm going to do it, and that is known as determination. Okay, now let us start. This is the picture of a school. Okay, now what things we do at school and what does school teaches us, that we are going to see in today's lesson. We go to school to learn. Very, very important. First important thing, why do we go to school? We go to school to learn. Okay, then While learning, we make many friends in school. Yes, we sit on one bench and you may sit two or three on one bench. Yes or no? Then behind there are few friends. In front there are few friends, and slowly the full class becomes your friends. Yes or no? So we make many friends in school. We study with each other's help. Yes, we always help in school. So helping and sharing is also taught in school. If someone has forgotten the pencil, you borrow, you take pencil, you give pencil to that person. Or if you have forgot pencil or compass box to bring today to school, you borrow it from someone. So what are you doing? You are helping each other whenever you require help or whenever anybody needs your help. So helping and sharing is taught in school. We play together and share our tiffins. Yes, sharing tiffin is the most important part in school. We all like, see, whatever we eat, we mothers with whatever our mother makes every day we eat, and we want something different. So we always takes take friends a tiffin box to taste, because everybody's mother cooking style is different, taste is different. So if you like the taste of your friend's tiffin, you always eat that and you give your tiffin to your friend to eat, and even he likes your tiffin because it is something new for him. So sharing tiffin is also a, a thing which we do in school. We play together. Yes, during PT period, during activity period, we play together. We take part in school functions and go on trips together. We take part in school functions. There are various, like annual days are there, then competitions are there. So we take part in school functions, and we also go on trips. Trips means picnics or field trips. We go together. We come together to clean and decorate the classroom. Yes, the teacher always tells you in the classroom that if anything is fallen on the ground, please pick it up and throw it in the dustbin. There is a dustbin always in a classroom. Yes or no? So all the things, all the rubbish things or whatever the waste things, we put it in the dustbin and we keep our classroom clean. Then we decorate our classroom with various different colorful charts or wall hanging or whatever we make in the school. We just hang it on the walls or somewhere in the classroom and we decorate it. So we keep our classroom clean, and we also decorate our classroom. There are so many things which we do together. So school is a place where you do various number of things and activities together with your friends, with your teachers and everyone, and we enjoy doing it. Yes or no? If we help each other, we can succeed at anything. Yes, helping is the most important thing which is taught, which is taught in school. And when you help each other, then only you succeed in at anything. Okay, if you say, if your friend has asked for a pencil and you have three pencils in your compass box already, but then you say, no, I don't have a pencil, take it from someone else, that means you're becoming rude. That means you purposely don't want to give a pencil to your friend. So that is not a good behavior, that is a bad behavior. Anytime you want, whatever, your friends ask help in anything, like good things, okay, you should always help your friends. Okay, if he has lost his book and if he wants your book for 2 days to to copy down all the notes in his new notebook, then you should also give your notebook to that person who has asked for your notebook. Okay, so these are the small things we do at school by helping each other. Work becomes enjoyable, and because of that we work together. That is why work becomes enjoyable. In order to help one another, we must first understand our mutual needs and difficulties. See, when we help one another, we always means we have understood that person's problem, that he has not got a pencil, he cannot write the notes what teacher is giving, and he'll find it difficult later to copy everything together. So when we understand like that, these small things, then only we help one another. There may be, now see, there are some things which happen in school. There are some situations which happen in school. See, first one is, there may be a new student in class, or a student who lives far away from his parents. See, many a times we always get a new student in a class who has come from other school, or sometimes from an other place, or sometimes from other country, and he don't know the language also of our, he's not familiar with our language. So it happens. But after some time, we become friends with that student. We start playing, we start sharing, he becomes your friend. Or a student who lives far away from their parents. Many students, they leave, means their parents are in the native place or somewhere else, and they come here to live with their aunt or uncle or grandparents, and they are far away from their parents. So these students also, these types of student also comes to school. There may be someone who speaks a different language at home. Yes. See, we all speak different languages at home. We all have our mother tongue. Whatever, some may speak Hindi in house, some may speak Marathi, some may speak Telugu, some may speak Malayalam, some may speak, there are various kinds of languages. So whatever we speak at home, we don't speak that in school. We have to compulsorily learn those languages which are taught in school, and slowly we become, acquainted, or we get acquainted with those languages too. Some may have an older brother or sister to help them, and some may not. See, some may have cousin brothers at home, or brother or sister, elder brother or sister, and they help you out sometimes in studies. But some students don't have elder brother or sister, so they find it difficult sometimes to do it on their own. Because of this diversity, everyone has different needs, and because of these situations, we all have different needs. We must try to understand these needs, and because of whatever I showed you, whatever the cases of some students may be, like they don't have elder brother or sister, or they speak in different language, or they have come far away, they are not staying with their parents. Okay, so we must understand these needs of those children, and we should help them always. In school we meet different kinds of students. Yes, kinds means, there is a variety in classroom of religion. Some are Maharashtrians, some are Hindus, some are Christians, some are Muslims, some are Punjabis, some are Gujaratis. So we all are in one classroom, and we all are like one family. We don't say like, no, you are Gujarati, I'm not going to talk to you, you are this. No, we all love one another, we all love the company of one another, we play one together, we study together, we share tiffins together, we help one another, and we are like a family in school. Yes or no? There are a few people who cannot see, and a few who cannot hear. And students, there are some exceptions, like, there are some students who cannot see, they are blind, who cannot hear, they are deaf, and who cannot walk, they are lame. There are such students too. Okay, so they also have the right to go to school. For them also, government have started many schools which are for these students who cannot walk, or who cannot see, or who cannot hear, but they have the right to educate themselves. They have the right to go to school. They are not different from you, they are also like us, only that they cannot see, they cannot hear. That is one, defect which they have in their body. But we all are one. And not, last but not the least, we all are human beings, we should not forget that. Okay, the needs of students such as these are different and special. Yes, now see, the student who cannot see, who is blind, he can't see the videos played by the teacher, he can't see what the teacher is writing on the board. Okay, he can't see himself too, or herself too. It is so, you feel bad, or you feel very sad for these people. But they have a special language, or they have a special education system called Braille. Okay, Braille is the, study material is there, and they have dots are there on that, and with that help they read and write. Okay, so they are taught in school all these things, and their school is little bit different from our school, and their needs are different because they are, lacking behind, and they cannot see, they cannot hear, they go slowly, but they learn everything slowly. They are more smarter than us, and they are more, lovable and kind and helpful than what we are. They have a very good nature. We can understand them only by getting to know them well, and for that we should visit schools which are especially for blind and deaf. Okay, those people who cannot walk, those people who cannot talk. So if we visit these schools, we understand these, the we understand what their needs are. We come to know how they are learning in school, and it is fun, when you talk to them, when you understand, when you look at them, how they are grasping power. Their brain is very very sharp. When once they hear something, it is registered in their mind, and they will never forget it. So smart they are, and so intelligent these students are. So if you get a chance, you should always visit such schools. Every child should get the joy of learning in school, yes, whether it is a deaf child, whether it is a normal child, whether it is a blind. No, it is not like that. Everybody is equal, and everybody has the right to go to school and learn. All children with special needs have the right to education. As I told you, special needs means those children who cannot hear and talk. They are called children with special needs, but they also have the right to go to school. Many parents of children with special needs send their children to school with great determination. Yes, those parents who have these children with special needs, they send their children to school with great determination, means they want their child to learn everything. They don't want to keep them behind in anything. So they send their child to school with great determination. Like, no, my child is going to go to school, he is going to learn something and come. He's going to become a big man in future, and going to, you know, make his life very, very, you can say, they are their parents want their children to learn everything. So they send their children to school with great determination. The government also has many schemes for them. Yes, the government has started many schools for these children. Also many schemes are there. If you know any children with special needs, do tell the teachers and parents about this. If in your surrounding areas, if you can find children of these with special needs and they don't go to school, then inform your parents and teacher about it, because they also have the right to go to school. They too will encourage the children to go to school. Yes, and if your parents come to know about it, that there is a child but he is not going to school, then they can inform that child's parents, and they can talk to them, and they can put him or her in school. The government has also provided many facilities for the education of girls. Now, in olden days, girls were not allowed to go to school. Okay, only boys were allowed to go to school. But now it is not like that. Girls and boys all go to school, all have the right to education. Most parents try to make sure that the girls are educated. But now it is not like that. Many of the parents and majority of the parents who have a girl child, they see that the girl is educated. However, sometimes girls are expected to carry out household chores such as taking care of their siblings, drawing water from the well, etc., all by themselves. It mostly happens in villages, like when a girl child is there, and if that girl child is elder, she is not sent to school. She is told to stay at home and do the household chores, whatever it is, cooking or cleaning. And if a younger brother or sister is there, that girl is kept at home to look after that younger brother or sister. And because of these reasons, the school, that girl cannot go to school and take education, and it is a very bad thing. This should not happen. This mostly happens in rural areas, where the parents are uneducated, they don't know anything, and they don't want their girl child to get educated. Their thinking is like that, but it should not happen. Girls and boys are equal, all have the right to go to school and take education. Okay, as a result, they lag behind in school or even leave it, and because of it, they are left, means if they are studying in school, they are immediately taken away, means taken out of the school. They are said, no, you are a girl, you don't need to go to school, you stay home and do all the household work. So that because of that, that girl has to leave the school. Okay, a girl's education should not stop for this, and for any reasons a girl education should not stop. Girls too have a right to the joy of learning. But now the situation has changed. Now majority of the parents send their girl child to school. Okay, and girls are you know equal now. They have not they are not lagging behind in anything. They have reached great heights. They are even pilots, they are doctors, they are engineers. Girls have become what not. So this mostly happens in rural and villages, okay? So all the children, whether it is a girl or whether it is a boy, all have the right for education. Even if we learn in common language at school, we all speak in our mother tongue. Yes, mother tongue means the language which we speak at home is called mother tongue. As I told you, some children speak Gujarati, some children speak Tamil, some children speak English, some children speak Marathi. So we all have mother tongue. What we speak in the house, the language is different. The mother tongue of some students may be Gujarati or Hindi or Marathi or Telugu or Kannada. There are so many languages. So it depends. We all wear a uniform in school. So we all have to compulsory wear a uniform to school. Yes or no? However, on days when the uniform is not compulsory, the classroom becomes colorful. And when it is, some parties there, some Diwali parties there, or some activities there where the teacher has told you tomorrow don't no need of putting uniform, wear colorful dress and come. So the class looks so beautiful and so colorful. The children come in colorful dresses. So it is fun to attend a class where there is a lot of diversity. So always where there is a classroom full of diversity, the children are from different religion and caste and from different backgrounds, a lot of fun comes to come together and to learn together. Okay, now let us, our customs, languages and eating habits may be different. Yes, see, Gujaratis food is different, South Indian food is different, Maharashtrian food is different. So we all have different customs, eating habits are different, language is different. But as human beings, we all are alike. But we should not get that we are human beings and we are same, we are all alike. When we respect this diversity and help each other, we enjoy being in school. So when we know that yes, we respect one another, we don't disrespect one another, we always respect one another, and we should always respect one another. And then only we can help each other and we enjoy being at school. School becomes delightful, and in this way the school becomes delightful. It becomes a happy place wherein we do all sorts of things together. Okay, now let us take a recap of what we have studied in today's lesson. We have studied that we get many different friends in school. We get a lot of friends in school, not one or two or three, but the whole classroom, like 50, 60, 70 of us are friends. Yes or no? In school we come to know about the diversity in our country, and because the students are from different caste and religion and places, we come to know about the diversity of our country. Okay, every child must get the joy of learning in school. Yes, whether it is a girl, whether it is a boy, whether it is a child with special need, all have the right to go to school. All children, including those with special needs, have the right to school. Yes, all the children, as I told you, girl, boy, children with special needs, all have the right to go to school. And the last one, when we offer and seek help, learning becomes more enjoyable. So when we help one another, when we offer help to someone who is in need, and when we want help from someone, learning becomes more enjoyable and we enjoy at school. Yes or no? So children, what we have learned today, we have learned about our school, delightful school, what things we do in school, what does the school teaches us, all those things we have done in today's video. I hope you have heard to me carefully, and thank you for listening to me carefully. Goodbye children, take care. See you in the next video.